Yes, that's me at the phone. How are you?
Good morning. This is Caroline from Metallivecolombia.com. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay.
How are you?
Very, very well, thank you. I'm fine. Okay, this is my first question.
Yeah.
What can find your fans in your last album and one pieces that cannot find in your previous album? As for the sound, as for the writing, the lyrics of your song?
Yeah. I have to tell you that we finished the production for the new album, and we started the mixing last week, and start mixing a song every day, and change a little bit. Yeah, but what can you expect? A brand new Sodom album with a wonderful new drummer, and I think it's gonna be because of the new drummer. He's a really speed freak. We have a couple of very fast songs in it, and that we hope go back to the roots, go back to the 80s, and try to remember where it's the spirit of Sodom, where we came from, and that is, I think it's a wonderful new album, very hard songs, sometimes very melodic guitar solos from Bernemann, and I'm really satisfied with the result.
Okay. You've been playing for about 30 years. How would you describe the evolution of the band, taking into account that you try to keep the style of the 80s?
Oh yes, I think the 30 years are gone so fast, I can't remember, it was when we started the band in the beginning in '82, we never realized and we never think about to get a professional band and being alive 30 years later, But it's music, this band, that's my life, and I keep everything. I always try to keep the band, Also, when we changed some musicians in the past, some line-up changes, it was very important to me to look forward, to keep on going, And what is a band without their fans? I always want to thank to the fans, because of their supporting us, the band worldwide, especially South America. We are always welcome. We always have a good time there, So, yes, it was a wonderful time, the 30 years. But I keep on looking forward for the new album, for the next shows, and for the next activities, But it's great, after so many years.
Are there any songs that you really love but never had the chance to play live?
Yes, working in the studio, it also could be also funny, but you have to work very concentrated, Sometimes a very hard job, especially if you have a producer like Waldemar, he's a very hard producer, and he always tries to get everything out of the musician, But playing live, it's the best. I love it, But also love the contact to the fans, If we get a chance, we always try to get some signing sessions, drink some beers after the show with the fans, live, and traveling around. It's very exciting to me, It's amazing, You cannot do music just in a rehearsal room in a studio. You have to present it live.
What do you think is the main challenge for a band or for a musician when entering to record a new album?
I think, I think the most important thing is that you have to rehearse the songs before,
Yeah.
But the producer try to help to arrange something, or it's like sometimes like a fourth band member, He has some ideas to change something. I remember when I started singing the vocals, and I have to sing each line in four or five different ways, He was, he said you can sing like Tom Araya, he was also a Venom vocals or screaming or like death metal shouting, And that is very important to have a good producer. It's not only the technique, that you have a good sound, But we can talk about everything. But the band and we have the last decision, Sometimes we talk about doing this or doing that, In the last, the band has the decision because we are the musicians, But we can talk about everything, We have to talk to the producer and talk about ideas, But in a regular way, we always have the songs finished when we start recording, and just Valdemar, the producer, tried to help us a little bit to get it more successful, to get it more straight to the point, some parts, But it's really funny, it's like a democracy. You have to talk about everything, But in the end, we, or especially I, have the last decision what we're gonna do.
You are playing now with a new drummer, Maka. What's been the experience like?
I'm really satisfied with it, because when Bobby left the band, because there was some personal problems, some private, I can't talk about it, But Bobby left the band, and we have to cancel some shows, and it was 3 or 4 months before we started the War and Peace tour, That was very hard, to find a new drummer. But Maka is somebody I know from the 80s, from the 90s, He also helped out different bands like Creator, like Voodoo Cult, He also played with Uncle Tom, as a studio drummer, And now for Maka, it's a very big chance, He talked to me, he said you never get a chance to play in a band for a longer time, Just always being a session drummer to help out other bands, And now he's so satisfied to play in Sodom, it's a cult band, And Maka is it's a really wonderful drummer. He's a Thrash fan, he has the same musical ideas like we have, So he's really crazy, and it brings the band forward, because we have to have a new drummer, because we have to get more faster songs, we have to do more speedy songs, We need more ideas on the drums, and that's what he can do, and that he can help for us, I'm so satisfied, and he's very good, very shy, a very good friend of mine, and of Bernemann, I'm really very, very satisfied, and you will be surprised, Now the Sodom song sounds better than years before,
You describe Sodom as a sonic emblem to a pacifist world. What did Germany learn after 2 world wars to become a pacifist country?
I think Sodom is always a band writing lyrics about the war, and we only try to describe how bad a war is or could be, But we never write something about World War II, something special. I'm gonna write lyrics about war in general, It's not a special war. I think every war is bad, and but you will never find any political opinion in the lyrics. Also, when you try to read between the lines, On the new album, we're gonna write about everything, because we're gonna write about the bad situation of the whole world, And then we're gonna talk about everything, not especially the war, but war is always a theme, And I think the main conflict is between Israel and Palestine, If they never find a way to get peace over there in this area, We always have wars upgrowing the whole world, That is, I think that is a very bad thing, But it gives me a lot of inspiration writing lyrics, And I know that I cannot change anything, Because I'm just a musician, I'm not any political activity or whatever, But I can go on stage, I can scream it out, Stop the war, If there is no more war growing in this world, I have to write about other things, Yes, but we are Germans, writing especially about something World War II, I can't, because people think, always said Sodom is a fascist band, we don't. We are not a political band, we are just a thrashing band writing about this stuff.
Yeah, many bands were really scared about coming to Colombia, precisely because of the situation in here. Did you ever feel scared about coming and play here?
No. But we've been there often, in Colombia, it's we always, I think the first time we played there in 97, the first tour with Sodom, I had a good time, It's I know it's a hard place, but I know we just came for the fans, and that is very important to me, The fans are the craziest fans in the whole world, and they're really in metal, It's like, for me, it's like sitting in a time machine. It's like like metal scene in the 80s in Europe, you know. And I'm always glad and always be really satisfied to go there. And when we get an offer for the Monster Festival, you know, to play with Tankard and Exumer, you know, that's a very, very good idea, you know. It's to see the German thrash bands, you know, on one stage, you know. And I think I really enjoy every trip over there. You know, we've been in South America last year, you know, and we had a good time. You know, the fans are so crazy, you know, and they are so supporting us. You know, it's unbelievable, you know. And always try to get some videotapes, bring it back to Germany and show them here. Look at this, you know. This is South America. You know. These are really metal fans, you know, and they really enjoy it. They really believe in heavy metal music, you know. Because maybe there is heavy metal is something special over there. In Germany, you can see every band is touring around. You know? You can see every band, any weekend, any place. You know, this is not more something special. But South America, the people really love this thrash, especially the thrash metal bands. You know, and I'm so glad, and I'm so excited to go. You know, unbelievable.
You're going to play this time with Exciter and Tankard. Did you ever have a previous experience with this band?
It's an Exumer restart a couple of years ago, and Tankard, Gary, you know, we are very good friends. We met sometimes on any festivals in Germany around, you know, and it's gonna be really funny, you know. These are very good friends of mine, you know. And yeah, I know that a lot of people think, why you don't take Creator and Destruction, you know, the big three or the big four with Tankard, you know.
Yeah.
That is something what we're going to talk about in this year, you know, making a small tour, making some shows, some festivals around, you know. But Exumer is a very good band. I know them from the 80s, you know, a very good band. There's a lot of spirit, you know, and Tankard, Gary, all the Tankard guys are that's very good friends, you know. And looking really forward. I hope we get one plane, we get a ticket for one plane, and get a good time over there when we're traveling, you know. So I'm looking really forward, you know, and it's crazy, you know. I hope the promoter get it sold out, you know, and it's gonna be maybe a really special night, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Thrash, any final words that you'd like to say to your fans in Colombia?
Oh, I thank you so much, you know. What I told before, you know, it's always a big honor to me and the band to go into South America, especially Colombia, especially Bogota, you know. I hope we'll have a good time, you know, and we are going to try to find some time after the show or before the show. I think we're going to do a signing session, you know, have a little small talk to the fans and do some autograph cards, whatever, you know. I'm looking really forward, and I hope you will enjoy the show, and we'll give the best, you know. I don't know about the running time, you know, how long we are able to play, you know, but we always have a good set list, but we don't play any new song because the record company, they forbid us to play a new song from a new album after release, you know, before the release, you know. So I hope you're not sad about it, but we have a good set list, you know. We're gonna do the all-time classics, some rarities in the set list, and yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, I'm really glad. It's a big honor to go, and I can't wait to go.
Okay, Mr. Thrash, welcome, really welcome to Colombia again. And
yes, thank you.
Thank you very so much for taking the time to do this interview.
Thank you. Hope to see you. Goodbye.